Howdy, 8th grade. Today we are going to be looking at how to use the distributive property with rational expressions. So you'll note anytime we see the word rational, I want us to think ratio. When we think ratio, I want us to think fractions. So we're basically talking about fractions today, along with the distributive property. So what I want us to look at, I think these are things that we could do before, but it's just kind of an extra chance to practice. I want us to look at an example right away, because again, I think this is stuff we know how to do, it's just we haven't seen it yet. So we're going to start with x squared over y squared times, in parentheses, x squared over y plus 3y squared over m. And when I distribute this in, what I'm going to do, just like every other time we distribute, is first multiply it to that first term and then multiply it to the second. So when I do that, my first term, I have my x squared and y squared that's out front, multiplied by my first term, which is x squared over y. I keep my plus sign right there, and then I have my term out front, x squared over y squared, times my second term right here, which is 3y squared over m. After that, we can simplify, which is pretty easy. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. Y squared times y is y cubed. Plus, over here, I'm going to keep my number out front. So I'm going to have 3 out front. X squared times y squared over y squared times m. And I can actually simplify this a little bit more. If you notice, there's a y squared on top and a y squared on bottom. So both of those can go away because it's all being multiplied. After that, I have x to the fourth over y cubed plus 3x squared over m. Ta-da! We're going to keep going a little bit. Want to try a couple maybe stranger ones that have negative exponents, and then we'll be good to go. Hopefully this isn't too long of a video for you after last night's. So I'm going to do b cubed over d to the negative 3 times 2b squared over d minus f to the negative 3 d over b. So looking at this, if I want to simplify it, I'm going to distribute. So when I distribute, remember, it's going to go to both the first and the second term. Let's start just with that first term there. I'd have my term out front, which is b cubed over d to the negative 3, times my first term, which is 2b squared over d. I keep my subtraction, goes right down. And then I'm going to have my f to the negative third d over b multiplied by my first term, which is b cubed over d to the negative 3. After that, all I got to do is multiply these together. B cubed times b squared is b to the fifth. So I've got 3b's here, 2b's there. And I have my 2 that I'm going to keep out front, so it's 2b to the fifth over, if we remember, something without an exponent is to the 1. So I've divided by d to the power of negative 3 plus 1. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2, so that's d to the negative 2. Keep my minus sign still. Over here I have a b cubed, d, and f to the negative 3 on top, so I'm going to keep f to the negative 3, d, b cubed on top. And on bottom I have b, d to the negative 3. That part's pretty simple. Now we just got to see if we can cancel anything, and then also make sure I don't have any negative exponents. So I'm actually going to start with negative exponents. If you'll notice, I got those here, here, that's not negative, and here. So anytime I see a negative, I'm going to flip what side of the fraction it's on. So over here I have 2b to the fifth d squared. There's nothing left on bottom, so that's going to be a 1. Minus, and over here I'm going to have a d, b cubed, and a d cubed. And on the bottom is now an f cubed and a b. So now I can simplify. 2b to the fifth d squared over 1 is just going to be 2b to the fifth d squared. And I subtract over on this side, I can simplify. B cubed divided by b is going to be b squared. D times d cubed is d to the fourth. And my f cubed stays on bottom. So I combined these two to get d to the fourth, these two to get b squared, and this f cubed stayed. And that's pretty much it. So if you would like, not if you would like, you have to do this, it's homework. Please do A through G. Practice in the book. That would make me very happy. And I will see you all in class tomorrow. Toodaloo.